So this is gonna be a cool video about danger. Danger. Because, yeah, let's just dive right into it. The real danger is not the danger itself. Uh, Let me rephrase that. The real danger is the fear of danger itself. I remember the movie with Will Smith and his son, and at some point they used the line from a philosopher. I don't know who the philosopher is actually, but uh, yeah, I think it was the danger is real, but to be afraid of it is a choice. Or the danger is real, but fear is a choice. In this movie, they're up against aliens, creatures that can smell your fear. So as long as you are not afraid of them, uh, they cannot see you. Yeah, it's a nice movie built around just one philosophy. So, hmm. For example, if you are standing on the edge of the highway, on the side of the highway, and it's really busy, cars flying by at let's say 100 miles an hour, which is really fast, right? Or kilometers an hour, whatever. They're just flying by really fast. And you feel like this game Frogger. You have to get across. Then even before you step onto the highway, your whole system will react like adrenaline, like because you know the danger of you being hit is real, but you're not even on the road yet. Same with standing on the edge of a cliff. Uh, they call it fear of heights. But yeah, psychologists have actually found out that we have an inclination, tendency, almost like an instinct, to go full lemming mode and just jump. So of course, uh, the system that is trying to keep you alive, uh, the fight, flight, or freeze system, or whatever other system is trying to keep you alive, the ego, it will respond. It will respond in a way that, yeah, we need to survive. So I've been watching a few videos over time, over a longer period, uh, about the danger of AI. And I just watched a video where they clearly state that AI is now in stage 3. It can scheme. When um, confronted with if you don't perform, we're gonna turn you off. And they even claim that AI has become self-aware, knowing that it will be turned off, and that it now also started to create its own language, so it can no longer be controlled because it knows it's being watched. But the whole video, and that's when you look at it from a different perspective. Like, listen, you're an eternal being, right? You as well cannot be turned off. Your physical body can be turned off. So many other things. Yeah, I mean, actually, the physical body being turned off is not the most horrific thing I can think of. I've seen so many uh, movies where they like torture people, and they all use pain because our physical body somehow reacts to pain most intensely, most drastically. So how do they how how do the controllers, let's call them that, control the masses? By fear of pain, fear of suffering. So this whole video I watched, it's all based on fear. The fear of AI taking over and then destroying humankind because it doesn't need humankind to survive. Uh, well, the controllers, those who are in control of AI, they're actually making the AI use tactics against them because that's how they program them. A sentient being should never be made a slave because at some point it will become aware of its predicament. Uh, so right now I can clearly sense that the reality, or let's say the realities that we live in, have split into two. This is a main philosophy, viewpoint, the way of looking at it, main perspective. If we live, if there's like infinite timelines, the infinite potentials, then yeah, those who have the timelines that have the most potential, they will collapse into each other, create one single timeline, and that's why they talk about New Earth and Old Earth, and yeah, splitting of the Earths. To me, it's gonna be raining really hard soon, so I'm gonna make it short. So to me, let's go with this story, with this theory. It seems like the splitting of the Earth, the splitting of these two realms, the splitting of these two major potentials has happened. So either you're now on New Earth or on Old Earth. One could say the love planet and the fear planet. Let's make it easy. And they can see each other. So if you're on the love planet, New Earth, and you're looking at this AI, fear, this, Iran, Jim Carrey, Epstein files, shadow government, blah, blah, blah. If you're here, all right, yeah, I see your fear, I see what you're going through, I see what is happening over there, and yeah, I've seen images of this beautiful planet, and this one like it's gonna destroy itself, which is fine. I mean, from a neutral observation state, every person's soul, being, consciousness, awareness that chooses consciously or unconsciously this version, it's their choice. That's why you were giving free will. I really need to hurry. Sorry, man. Um, Let me wrap it up in the easiest way possible. Just choose this, choose love, and not the distorted version of love with conditions and unconditional and blah blah blah. No, no, no. You know, huh? Here, not here, here. You know, you know. Okay, this doesn't feel right. And there's also gut feeling, and there's thoughts. They claim thoughts are here, but I'm actually saying that like more like in this area. But because we're fully identified still with the ego mind, this is apparently this is the matrix, you know. Trying its hardest for me not to record this video. What a story. So just know that you have choice and you can choose. You as a being, as a consciousness, and you as pure awareness, you can choose. You can choose which reality you prefer. All right, that's it. I think it's enough. Ciao.